starting my heat for this very large pot. Chicken dumpling soup today on the stovetop. It is so easy, and this is one of the most flavorful soup recipes on fedandfit.com. You are in for a treat. Let's make it. The recipe calls for a large Dutch oven, which is going to be enameled cast iron or a heavy bottom pot. I've got my chicken breast and I'm sprinkling with some sea salt. I give you exact amounts in the recipe, so don't fret if this makes you nervous, me just going all rogue on the amount of salt and pepper. But this is a recipe I've made so many times, it just feels so second nature. Okay, so that's heating up. I'm gonna add a little bit of this butter. I'm so glad it made it in there. I almost dropped it. I'm gonna let that melt, and then as soon as that's melted, the chicken goes in with the seasoned side down. I'm gonna let that brown for a couple of minutes. Season the part that's facing up now with salt and pepper again. And then after 2 to 3 minutes, and I've got a little color developed on one side, then I'll flip it back over, develop color on the other, and then pull it out. Chopping up our veggies while that chicken continues to brown. I've peeled 2 large carrots and I'm just giving them a really quick chop. It would not be chicken and dumpling soup without carrots and celery and onion, and the fresh herbs really make it. If you don't have fresh, I totally understand. It's okay, it'll be fine. You can use dried, but if you have them, use them because it's gonna be yummy. I've pulled out the chicken, it browned really beautifully, a light brown color on both sides, and I actually just put it on the same plate that I had the raw chicken on before. Reason being is because that chicken is gonna go back into the soup and going to continue cooking, so it's okay if it cross-contaminates with raw chicken stuff. It'll be okay, and you get to save a dish. Into the pot with all the yummy brown bits there on the bottom, I'm going to add the rest of our butter, turn the heat back up, and then in goes all of our vegetables, the carrots, the celery, the onion, and the garlic. And we're just going to saute all of these until they get a little yummy brown color and they're softer. Okay, so as soon as the onions are translucent, that's really the thing that you can look for the most. Then I'm going to sprinkle in a little bit of this gluten-free flour, and this will help thicken our soup because I want it to be, this chicken and dumpling soup is meant to be kind of gravy-like, really thick and nourishing and very satisfying. So as soon as that looks great, I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of that over, toss it around, and cook the flour just a touch. I wanna brown it just a little bit, and that is going to build some incredible flavor. The flour is coated all those vegetables that are in there, and it's starting to brown just a little bit. You can smell it just a little bit in a really great way. Now I'm gonna add in all the chicken broth. I have stirred really well to where there's no clumps of flour. If you do see any clumps of flour, all you need to do is grab a whisk and break it up, it'll be fine. And those will continue to break up as it cooks, so don't fret. Next, we're going to add the cream. Don't skip that, it's gonna be so good. The cream, the rest of the salt and pepper, the herbs that we've just chopped, and then our peas. And now our chicken goes back in. Remember, this is just partially cooked, so it'll finish cooking in the soup. Oh, the flavors. And you know what? All these chicken juices that are sitting on here, just gonna add it in. It's all good stuff. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for food today. Lid goes on the pot. Turn the heat to medium, and I'm gonna let it simmer for 20 minutes. And then we're gonna go ahead and make the dumpling dough really quickly. We're gonna add the gluten-free flour. This will work with all-purpose regular wheat flour. And then in this I have baking soda, baking powder, and salt, all measured out. And whisk to combine. Create a little well, to which we are going to add 1 egg, melted butter, and our milk. This can be, again, dairy or non-dairy milk. I like to whisk from the inside out, just for a really even texture. And then it's up to you. I actually like to form my biscuits right as I drop them into the soup, or you could start spooning them off right now. soup has been simmering, and my goodness, does it smell so nice in here. I have fresh tongs for everyone who's curious, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pull out the chicken breast. Put it into a nice big bowl, and I'm gonna shred the chicken, and then we'll add it back into the pot. You can shred, one of my favorite ways to shred chicken is in the stand mixer using the paddle attachment. Woo! You could also use a hand mixer to shred it, or you could go back to old reliable 2 forks, which is what we're gonna do right now. Give this a really quick shred. If they've been simmering long enough, this should happen very easily. Okay, chicken goes back into our soup. Give it a good swirl. Oh my gosh, the chicken's gonna soak up, now that it's shredded, that gravy. Oh my gosh, so looking forward to this. All right, let's make some drop dumplings. So I've got my dough that we prepped before in my little number 40 scoop, and all I'm going to do is scoop and drop it just like that right on top of the soup. I have it turned down to low, medium heat, and I'm just going to evenly space them around. They will grow. They're going to, it's kind of like, you know, those kid toys that swell with water. That's what this is going to happen. Don't be alarmed. They're going to almost double in size, if not larger. So I'm gonna leave a little space between each one, and as they cook, it's just gonna be so great. We're gonna cover it, put all the dumplings, put the lid on top, and let it simmer for 15-ish minutes until they're nice and puffy, and then scoop it up, and you have these fluffy, yummy dumpling soup ready to go. I'd love to know, while I'm pulling this together, there's a lot of soup recipes over on fedandfit.com. I wanna know, do you have a favorite? Have you tried one or several? If so, which one's your favorite? This one's at the top of my list. Okay, I'm just gonna take a really quick peek to make sure that everything is going well. It's looking really good. I'm actually gonna turn the heat down just a touch. I turned it up because I was really wanting to speed it up, but if the boil is too heavy, if it's too much of a rolling boil, it can actually break apart the dumplings. And so we want it to just be a simmer so that they just gently, delicately cook. It's done. Oh, I'm so looking forward to this. This is one of my personal favorite meals. Just the exact, look at those dumplings. It is exactly what I want on a cold winter night to warm me up. I hope you love this meal. I cannot have a chicken soup, homemade chicken soup, without a little fresh parsley. I just thinly chop that up. If you have dried, that's great. But dinner is done. I hope you enjoy this. Be sure to check out, if you want more soup ideas, the video on your screen right now has 3 really great, fast and easy soups for you.